If you have the Magna Kai discipline of divination, I do. Using your Kai skills, you find it easy to detect the coin will show heads. Well then, I shall be nice and call tails. Let him sleep first. Pydo opens his palm to reveal a small gold coin. It shows heads. Bad luck, he exclaims with a grin. You take the first watch. Yes, bad luck indeed. He settles himself down on a mound of spongy earth and is soon asleep, snoring softly. You sit beside him, your eyes scouring the black spaces between the ghostly trees. The first half of the night passes uneventfully. In need of rest, you are about to awaken Pydo when you sense something moving in the shadows to your right. 2 tiny pinpoints of light blink in the darkness. You draw your weapon expecting an attack, but you can no longer see the eyes from the shadow creature. Pydo wakes and takes over the watch, but the lingering feeling that you are being observed makes you uneasy and disturbs your rest. Lose 2 endurance points. Well, I recovered 4 more, so I lose 2 of those, and let's just go up to 21. Yes, I've been keeping count. Kind of. 4 hours later, you awake to the gloomy gray of dawn and prepare to set off once more. Look, guys, I'm back up to 21 endurance points. Yay! Alright, your sense of time slips away as you trek through the seemingly endless expanse of bleak gray trees. Slowly you become aware that you are in an incline, and as your passage becomes steeper, you notice large outcrops of pitted volcanic rock. We're approaching the Danarg crater, says Pydo, his quietly spoken words echoing loudly through the eerie forest. Suddenly you recall the words of Lord Rimoa during your period of preparation at Ilazon. The Danarg occupies the crater of an ancient and massive volcano. Once it was a lush jungle of fertile vegetation, but now it is a cancerous wound that poisons all who dwell there. By noon, you have climbed to the lip of the crater and have begun your descent. Gradually, the tall, straight trees of the Mordil forest thin out, giving way to twisted trunks and stunted saplings as the land sinks deeper and deeper. Imperceptibly, the forest ends and the swamp begins. The ground is softer, the tall, black rushes appear in clumps around misty pools of stagnant water. From tortured husks of trees hang thorny vines, as though as tough and as cruel as sharpened steel wire. So thickly are they entangled around some of the trees that they have strangled them, leaving empty coils where the trunks have rotted away. The stench of decay fills your nostrils in the humid yet cold air. And then you have a small picture of the swamp. Very, very charming. You wade through the ankle-deep slime for nearly an hour before reaching the edge of the huge murky pool. Whirls and eddies disturb the surface, warning of creatures that lurk below. You have the mastery of Magna Kai discipline of pathmanship and have reached the rank of tutelary. I have both of those. Your improved Kai skill warns you that to the north a tribe of hungry swamp creatures are lurking at the edge of the pool in search of prey. You and Pydo would provide an excellent meal for those beasts. To the south, the track takes you away from the heart of the swamp and consequently further away from your goal. If you wish to go north and brave the swamp creatures, or if you decide to go south... Oh, let me think. Oh, let's brave the swamp creatures, shall we? Why not? I've regained another 3 health points, so I'm up to 24. I think I can take them. I don't want to get further away from my goal, so I don't see many choices. The withered trees are grouped more densely around the northern edge of the pool. A ceiling of vines crisscross above your head, and the creatures slither... Excuse me. And creatures slither against your ankles as you wade through the foul-smelling mud. Progress is very slow. Suddenly, fearful screams like the baying of rabid dogs sound from the mist and shrouded trees ahead. A host of creeping creatures, each an arm's length taller than a man, rise from their hiding places. Black water drips from their corpse-green hides, and their toad-like faces betray their evil intent as they slither and shuffle towards you. If you have a bow in which to use it, if you have a fire seed in which to use it. I'm going to use the fire seed. Why not? Let's change things up a bit. Snatching the seed from your pocket, you throw it with all your strength at the crawling lizard beast that is slithering towards you on its belly. You watch with dismay as the fire seed bounces off this soft, fibroid skull and plops harmlessly into the mire. Uh-oh. Well, crap. I have 2 now. Probably should have used a bow. Alright, cursing your luck, you unsheath your weapon as the creature rears up to attack. I have one more health point, so I'm at 25. Yay! You're faced by a monstrous reptile. Its webbed, claw-tipped hands are poised to rend you in two. It's a Zlorg. Combat skill 22, endurance 30. You cannot invade combat. You must fight the creature to the death. It does not say that it is immune to Mind Blast, however. And 26. It has an endurance of 22. I mean, a combat skill 22, endurance of 30. I can use Mind Blast against it. So, I am at a significant advantage. Let's get it on! He's down to 21, I'm down to 23. He's down to 3, I lose none. He is dead, I'm down to 21. Not bad, not bad. Alright, you leap over the twitching body of the Zlorg and help Pydo, who is being forced perilously close to the pool's edge by 3 more of the growling swamp creatures. You strike from behind, breaking the back of one with your downstroke and opening the side of another as you swing your weapon clear. Pydo falls, clutching an arm deeply torn by a needle-sharp talons. His attacker turns on you, darting his head towards your throat with lightning speed. You know, I'm starting to think maybe we should have just gone south. Its jaws gape wide as it lashes out with a sticky tongue, spraying your eyes with its stinging saliva. Instinctively, you bend forward, your hands wiping the spittle from your face. A reflex action which saves you from the creature's grip as it leaps forward to strangle you. Suddenly, it lets out a gurgling croak and falls forward with a thick splash. You stagger back and open your bloodshot eyes to see it lying face down in the mire with Pydo's dagger embedded in its back. Again, where was I? Look out! Screams your companion as the last of the Zlorg attacks you from behind. There's a combat scale of 23 and endurance of 32. If you have the Magnikite, unless you possess the Magnikite discipline of Hunt Mastery, reduce your skill by 4. But I do! So I won't! Haha. Alright. Says I can. It doesn't say anything about not using Mind Blast, so I shall use it again. Skill of 23. Endurance of 32. Mind Blast. Let's do this! 23, alright. He's down to 22, I'm down to 19. He's down to 11, I'm down to 18. He's dead. Back down to 18. Ouch. I have not been doing extremely well this LP, have I? Or this book. The Zlorg gurgles its last breath and falls down dead, writhing briefly in the mud before becoming still with an uncanny abruptness. You turn to Pydo and drag him away from the pool's edge, where his bleeding arm is attracting the crawling horde of hungry leeches. Ew. As you leave the pool and press on along the muddy trail, glancing back once, no signs remain of the dead Zlorg. Their bodies have already been claimed by the creatures of the pool. Oh, that's nice. You tend to Pydo's wound, using your basic Kai knowledge of healing to prevent the infection from taking hold, before continuing deeper into the swamp. The ankle-deep ooze that borders the pool gives way to firmer ground, and you arrive shortly at a place where the tree bears red fruit. Tree bearing blood-red fruit overhangs the pool of clear water. You stop here to rest and dislodge the tiny leeches that are feasting on your legs. Pydo climbs a tree to scan the horizon. He carries with him a star guider, a homing device invented by the Elder Magi to enable their flying ships to navigate in the dark. It is sensitive to the vibrations of Coryllium crystals. The spire of the Temple of Orido is solid Coryllium, and the Elder Magi have set Pydo's star guider to home in on the vibrations emitted by the spire. By following the direction of these vibrations, you should find the lost temple. While Pydo is busy adjusting the star guider, you decide to take a closer look at your surroundings. If you wish to examine the red fruit, if you wish to examine the clear pool. You know what? I wish to do neither. Why? Because every time I decide to do something, I end up getting in trouble. And red fruit here are probably not a good thing. Probably something poisonous. And if I look into the water, I'll probably be getting eaten by the Lady of the Lake or something. So I'm just going to sit there and wait for Pydo to finish. That seems safe. I'm tired of not being safe. When Pydo finally climbs down from the tree, his face betrays his anxiety. "What's wrong?" you ask impatiently. "There's no signal," he replies. "I've scanned every direction with the Star Guider, but I can detect no Coryllium signal. It isn't damaged, of that I'm sure. It's simply as if the temple has disappeared." You take the device from Pydo's hand and climb the twisted tree trunk. He shouts instructions and you set the Star Guider into operation, scanning the distant horizon and waiting for the telltale click that will reveal the direction of the lost temple of the Elder Magi. But Pydo was right, there is no signal, and without the signal there is no hope of finding the lore stone of Erido. You are about to abandon the search and jump down from the tree when you see something on the northern horizon that you hadn't noticed before. An island of red volcanic rock rises out of the mire. One of 4 flat-topped islands grouped in a diamond close to the edge of the crater. Perhaps the temple is on the other side of that island. Perhaps that is why the Star Guider will emit no signal. You climb down and ask Pydo what he thinks. He stares to the north and ponders the problem. "Yes, it's possible," he says thoughtfully. "It is just possible." "Not likely, just possible." Alright, we've gained another 3 hit points, so we're back up to 21. Hope returns and your spirits rise with the expectation of finding a lost temple beyond the Isle of Red Rock. You set off without delay, anxious to cover the 10-mile trek before the sun sets and the darkness engulfs the Danarg. For the most part, the swamp mire is firm underfoot and the inhabitants pose no problems that cannot be solved by a few shouts or well-placed weapon blows. But as the sky darkens and you draw near the plateau, the going becomes more difficult. A carpet of red vines, thick with mold, covers a surface of muddy holes and hollows. Often a seeming puddle proves to be a bottomless fissure. Progress becomes so slow that you feel you will never reach the island before dark. Pydo is leading the way across the tangled mat of barbed vines when a wave disturbs the muddy ooze below. Suddenly, the great head of a silver swamp python bursts through the rotting creepers and rises its tree-thick coils into the air. Awesome jaws set with double-tiered fangs tower above you, glistening in the fading light. A drop of venom falls from its fangs and sets the quagmire boiling. Oh, joy. Let me go ahead and add my 2 endurance points that I regained. And we have a picture of it. It's a big snake. It's fantastic. You have the Magnakai discipline of animal control. I do not. So I have to turn to page 155. The great snake flicks its tongue and lunges forward, intent on consuming you in its massive jaws. Owing to the swiftness of its attack, if you do not have time to use a bow. Unless you possess the Magnakai discipline of curing and have reached the rank of primate, double all endurance points lost sustained during the combat due to the snake's venomous bite. However, I do have curing, so I don't need to do that. And it doesn't say I can't use Mind Blast, so we shall be at quite an advantage. It has a combat skill of 20, an endurance of 60. Good God! Well, it is a freaking snake. Alright, so I'm going to use Mind Blast. And let's do this! Hopefully I'll get an insta-kill before I die. Alright. He's down to 51, I'm down to 21. He's down to 37. He's down to 19. He's down to 0. Wow, I only lost a couple points of health.